What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys had a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year's and holidays, all that good stuff. New Year's isn't here yet, but just putting it out there in advance. Back with another video, y'all. So real quick, wanted to give you guys a status update, along with show you guys some first time unboxings for myself of more parts that showed up in the garage for the truck, right? So obviously where we left off last, I told y'all about the rebuild process, where the block's at. Still at the machine shop right now, but we finally got the rebuild kit in, which I had to do a little, not research, but a little bit of like maneuvering and stuff, ducking and dodging. Got the camshaft in, got the rebuild kit in with the pistons, main bearings, connecting rod bearings, got the connecting rods in, they're in. New valves, like we got a bunch of stuff, y'all. So I'm just go down the line. I have it laid out all here. I'm gonna be unboxing the rebuild kit. I'm going to talk about why I went with that kit, brand, and etc. And then we're going to go from there, okay? So let's get this video started. Make sure you drop a like, drop a comment. I want to hear what you guys have to say. I know Christmas has already came and gone, but to me, this is kind of like a Christmas because I get to unbox these parts and stuff. Unfortunately, due to the circumstances, it's a blown up motor. You know what I'm saying? You can only get so happy because you're building a motor because you blew up the last one. You know what I'm saying? So let's get this video started, y'all. I hope y'all enjoy it. And once again, drop a thumbs up, comment, all that good stuff. Whew. All right, you guys. So my garage is in a mess, but I was able, because obviously I have all this stuff going on, but I was able to make a little area over here to kind of go down the line and stuff, right? So real quick, right off the rip, we'll take it from over here. What's this? Oh, Tappets. Mac over from MDC Diesel. Shout out to Mac. His website with my discount code is down below in the description. You guys hit it up. Awesome products over there. I've ran their turbos for years, but Mac from MDC Diesel went ahead and hooked up the channel, sent out some extreme push rods and some heavy duty 103 valve springs. Okay, so these are not your stock standard valve springs, and these are not your stock standard push rods, but these things, I mean, if you look at it, these things are beautiful. It has a Smedden design on it, right? So these are the heavy duty ones. I ran the heavy duty 103s in my third gen when I had compounds. Never had an issue. Never floated a valve, anything like that. That's exactly what the route we're going again for the fourth gen. Never ran aftermarket push rods. This is gonna be the first time. I believe these are the longer ones, so you have to kind of redo your valve lash on this one, but that's fine. So I'm not stressing that. Over here, so I didn't take it all out the box, y'all, but basically I showed y'all earlier, we already got the exotic performance head studs. I have no problems with them. I've installed these on people's trucks, made videos myself, never had an issue. I know some people out there, especially in the 6.0 community and on the forums and stuff, they like to bash them, but I personally never had an issue, so I can't sit here and say that. So we got those again. And then we also have the ARP main and connecting studs right there. And then I didn't take them all out just because I didn't feel like taking them all out the box, but we do have 6 good condition connecting rods for the lower unit on the motor. Obviously the ones I had before are trash, so you can't use them. And this is just kind of to help y'all out if you ever wonder in the future. So cracked rods, right? So if you ever get a set of connecting rods and it does not have the cap, do not use them, especially if they're cracked, okay? So what that means is, if I can focus, so if you focus in right there, you see how there's cracks in it, right? And then if I come over here, same thing, see those cracks? That wasn't an accident. That was 100% on purpose, right? Long story short, when they make these rods, I guess they cryo freeze them and then they crack it. And then what that does is it makes it a harder connection. But essentially these are match sets. So once this, like, these have to stay together for the rest of their lives, okay? So something to look at. So if you look, you notice how it's all cracked and it looks all jagged and stuff, right? But look, watch this. As soon as it comes together, butter. Same thing on the other side. That's how you know you got a good set of connecting rods, right? Same thing for this side. So work with me, I'm doing one hand. So you come together, can't even tell it's cracked. All you see is a little line. I mean, it looks like it's cracked, but don't freak out. On the inside, it comes together beautiful. So I already went ahead and inspected all of them. They're good. These are all going to be going to the machine shop, but I'll talk about that later on. Coming over here, we have new oil jets, Cummins oil squirters. So we have these because I did not want to run the ones that were in the motor because that motor failed for some sort of oil issue, and I don't want to be chancing it. We got a new freeze plug set, so obviously they break the motor down, put it in the parts washer and all that stuff. They're gonna knock out all the freeze plugs. So we got new freeze plugs here, all of them for the head and for the block. So we're good there. Now we get to the fun stuff. So right here is the camshaft. This is a Hamilton cam, the toe cam. Some people call it the 178/208 cam. I'm not gonna take it out the packaging and the wrapping because I'm gonna take this straight to the machine shop like this so they can do it. But this is the 178/208. Now I don't remember in my last video if I talked about going with the Hamilton or if I was going with the Colt cam. I tried to go with the Colt cam. Colt cam offers a 181/211, I think, which is very similar to this one. You're splitting hairs essentially, but they were back ordered, man. It's a single man up in Canada who does this. Like, he was backed up about 6 weeks and I just couldn't wait that long. So Hamilton had theirs in stock on the shelf. They do not ship to California, so just heads up if you live in Cali. They're not going to ship to Cali, so you're going to have to kind of figure out how to get it here. But long story short, we got one brand new, straight from them. Well, not straight from them, but you get what I'm saying, right? So, tappets. So, I did go with Colt Cam's tappets, though. And at this point, these are just they're not 1.5 or 1.45s. I think Colt does his 1.35 or 1 point something. But long story short, we got the upgraded tappets, right? And all the tappets are going to do is just gives it a good surface for the push rods or for the lobes of the cam to ride on the faces of the tappet, okay? Or vice versa, the tappets are going to ride on the lobes, the faces of the camshaft, whatever. So we got the upgraded tappets though, and then the upgraded camshaft. Anytime you're upgrading your cam, you should want to upgrade your tappets. The stock tappets, which I have some right here, they're not really bad. They're good. You don't have a lot of issues with the OEM tappets. I mean, I pulled out all the tappets on here and they all look perfectly fine. But we're already inside of there, so I'm not cheaping out on that stuff. So now we come over here and we have an Interstate McBee 6.7 Cummins rebuild kit. Okay, now there's two boxes, this one and that one. I did not open this one yet because I have a feeling this one is going to be all of the bearing sets, the bearing kit, gaskets. It's light, it's not heavy. But when you come over here, these ones are heavy. And this is my first time unboxing this, right? I just opened the packaging like right before I started filming. Okay, yep. So we got pistons. Okay, so all the pistons are in here, which is awesome. I wonder if the rings are inside of them, or if they're probably in the other set. I'm doing this with one hand, you guys, so bear with me. Yeah, but these are piston kit. Yeah, 5,000 or 0.5 mils, which is also 20 thousandths over. So we did have to go with 20 thousandths over pistons because the block had to get bored over. My machinist, I talked to him and he told me that he was going to do that. Also, well, yeah, that's it. They're going to bore that over. I was thinking about doing total seal gapless rings on the build. You guys with previous experience on the Cummins on these trucks, tell me if you do know about this, if it's worth the upgrade. I did my research and it looks like it's worth it, but the concept behind the total seal gapless ring, essentially you put a ring on the second land on here or whatever it's called, the second line of rings, and it seals, it keeps combustion combustion from going down underneath of it into your like rotating assembly. Apparently it gains like 40 horsepower just from doing the ring set. I was like a little skeptical because in my mind, if you create a system to where it's 100% contained and sealed in that area, like, I don't know whose laws of physics it is, but the path of least resistance will eventually take over, right? So if all that combustion is not, if there's not even a little bit escaping, in my head, I'm like, okay, well, is that going to put more stress like on the head itself, the cylinder walls, right? Like, I'm not too sure. So if you guys have experience, people who have ran this before, not just people who just fucking read shit and watch YouTube, but if you like actually ran it, have experience installing it, etc., please drop a comment. I'd be interested to see what y'all got to say. But I'm gonna try to open these up. Doing this with one hand, y'all, so bear with me. Hey-oh. There's the rings. Okay, so we got the piston rings. Not gonna open all this up, y'all, just because I don't feel like dropping it or having to put it all back together. Okay, new wrist pins, gangster. Wrist pins, wrist pin clips right there. And then we got Z piston. Boy, this thing big. Nice. Yep, you can see the marking there. 20 thou over, or 0.5 millimeters. This is awesome, man. God, this thing's gonna run good. Yeah, but like I was telling y'all earlier with the total seal gapless ring, so right there where my thumb's at, right? So you got this bottom one, 2, and then 3. Apparently on the total seals on these Cummins, you install it right there on top of your original spring, and it's supposed to be the move. And it's not too expensive. It's only like a $300 kit for all 6 piston rings. So I was thinking about doing it, but would love to. New engine rebuilds must run a minimum temp of 180. 700% load for the first 3 to 4 hours. Engine idle time must be kept at a minimum during this time. Oh, okay. So just talking about break-in. Dynameter for a break-in process. Pre-followed break-in. So it's a break-in time. But yeah. So we got the piston kit here, or all the pistons here, y'all. And again, so that definitely means all the gaskets, the bearings are all in here. For the bearings, I did have to go with 10 thousandths under, because the crank is going to be getting grinded. So I went with 10 thousandths under bearings for both the mains and for the connecting rods. Machinist is already tracking it. Well, he's the one who told me he was going to grind the crank. But what I did was, so I'll give y'all a backstory real quick. All right, y'all. So I'm going to catch y'all up real quick. So remember last video, and if you didn't watch it, go check it out. That way you're like understanding everything's going on, right? So last video I said I found a company online that builds rebuild kits, and I was going with a performance piston with a wider bowl, which is just a little bit more power. Ended up not doing that because he did not have 10 thousandths under bearings, and I needed that. I could have bought 10 thousandths under bearings separately, but that would have just added more cost, because 9 times out of 10 when you buy a rebuild kit, it's gonna come with the bearings, right? Most of the time it's standard. So I needed 10 thousandths under, or 0.25, whatever it is, right, for my bearings. He didn't have that, so I didn't go with that kit. So did more research, and this was my backup kit in case I couldn't get that kit. Which ended up happening was I went to Power Driven Diesel's website and I ordered the Interstate McBee kit. Where does Interstate McBee come from? Well, long story short, if you haven't heard them or know about them, look them up, do a little research. But I found them through Power Driven Diesel, and then Josh, I think Josh McCormick or Josh, long story short, Josh has a channel, and he also has an Instagram. Super common on Instagram and YouTube. He does pretty much almost all Cummins and some Power Stroke and some Duramax work. But I came across his videos talking about it way back in the day, and they backed it up. So I was like, what do I have to lose? It was between that and then the Molly kit. Based off of the way they explained it, like you're splitting hairs between them and the Molly kit. I think with the Molly or Mal kit, if you run that kit, it's going to be good for over 700-800 horsepower. This one, their bearings are good for, I think, up to 700 horsepower, which I'm not trying to go past 700 in this big ass truck. So, you know, I don't have to worry about that. But I ended up going with that kit. It's a good price. It comes with everything you need. It's sold by a reputable company with a good name, good backing and support behind it, right? You know what I'm saying? When they're selling 2 brand rebuild kits, and this is one brand of 2, to me that means something, right? Most companies have all sorts of different company brands out there and stuff like that. But that's why I ended up going with the Interstate McBee kit. We're going to run it. We're going to see what happens. And we'll just go from there, you know what I'm saying? So we have all this stuff, you guys. So next, what's going to happen is I'm going to take all the parts, drop it off to the machine shop, and I'm going to let them assemble the short block on the engine. They're going to do all of the assembly, all that stuff for the lower unit, crank, cam, bearings, all that stuff, freeze plugs. I'm going to let them do all that stuff. Why? Because I talked about this briefly, before, but real quick, for something like a daily driver, and my first time building engine up, kind of don't want to do it myself, or kind of don't want to put the liability on myself. I would much rather have someone who has years of experience and they know what they're doing, do it, and I can just get the motor, throw it in the truck, and go on with my business, right? Project truck, stuff like that, I'll 100% take on the challenge and do it myself, you know what I'm saying? So that's kind of where I was at with that. But in terms of what all we need left, we only need some small stuff. So I still got to order a fleece bypass kit. Got to order that. I still need to order a new oil pan. I think I'm going to order the big iron oil pan from Industrial Injection. The benefit to that is if you run a girdle, oversized girdle, that pan will allow you to run the 12 mil girdle. But I'm not doing that. But another thing too is the oil plug. The oil plug is made to where, like, on a stock pan, which if I have some light, I might be able to show you guys. But on a stock pan, there's a little bit of oil that stays in the bottom of the tank because the way the drain is set up on there. With the big iron pan, it's not supposed to do that. Hey, y'all gotta bear with me. This is rough. Ugh, Jesus. It's like I don't know how to film no more. Now, granted, this pan, the oil pan is smashed up, but if you look at that plug, you see that little lip around it, kind of like where the plug screws in. The height difference of that lip right there, that is the amount of oil that stays in this pan. You don't get that with the big iron oil pan, which is, to me, is a cool feature. So I still got to order that. I think it's like, I want to say it's like $220, $230, $230. So I still got to order the big iron oil pan. Still got to order a new Cummins oil pump, oil cooler. But all that stuff I can bolt in. Like, I can drop these parts off to get the motor to start getting rebuilt. And then once all that stuff comes in, when I get the motor back, I can put all that stuff in myself. So I'm not too worried or concerned about any of that stuff. So, but long story short, that's what I'm going to be doing on Monday. Today's Saturday. Camera decided to cut out while I was filming. But long story short, I don't like that. That's better. Long story short, we're going to drop all this stuff off so they can assemble everything. I was shooting for like end of January to have the truck together and stuff. It's looking a little more like February now. In terms of the motor itself, we still got to address the head. So I still got to pull the head off. I think this week I'm going to get the truck back over here in my driveway from the storage lot. Get it pulled back over here, and I'm gonna start taking apart the front end, the bumper, all that stuff. Basically prepping it to get the motor pulled, and then that way I'll also be able to take off the head on it, the cylinder head on that truck and that motor, drop that off to the shop so they can rework that cylinder head, because that head's gonna get checked, cleaned, all that stuff. I'll have them swap the valve springs one time, get all that stuff done. And then once the head is done, at that point, then the motor will be ready to build back together, swap out, and get it running. I say hurdle, but the last big purchase thing I need to do is order injectors and a CP3. So right now I'm tossing up between 80% and 100% overs, because again, I do have the S468 on there, second gen swap. So I just want to get good fuel to the turbo. That way it lights off good. But I'm still trying to figure out what size injector I want to run. And then I'm still debating on if I want to do a 10 mil or a 12 mil CP3. From what I read, 10 mil is good up to about 750 horsepower for fuel. So I'm still going back and forth between the 10 and 12 mil. But we'll get there when we get there, though. Right now, main focus is getting all the parts over there so the motor can start getting put together. They've already honed out the cylinders. They're basically waiting on me right now. The rebuild kit just came in this week. I want to say Tuesday. Yeah, because Christmas was Wednesday. It came in Tuesday, the day before Christmas. It came in. So now, holidays, weekend now, Saturday, stuff like that. Monday, I'm going to go drop all this stuff off, let them do that. And then we're going from there, man. So that's where we at, y'all. I got one more thing. If you stuck it out to the end of this video, I'll give you guys a surprise unboxing. We got a special packaging from Dirty Diesel Customs. The boys up there, Spencer, Jordan, all them dudes up there, Chris. I appreciate y'all. Hopefully y'all watching this, man. But we got an awesome unboxing from them. I think you guys are going to like it a lot. Boom. So this isn't even all of it, but long story short, we got the Dirty Diesel Customs billet valve cover plate with the Dirty Diesel Custom catch can setup. All right. They came out with this, I want to say last year, if not the year before, but it hasn't been out for super long. I was talking with Chris out there. He hit me up. He asked about it, all that stuff. I was like, absolutely, dude, let's do it. So I am going to be running this setup on the truck. I still have the SPE It's over there in the box. I still have the SPE valve cover, so I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run the SPE setup first, see how I like that, and then I'm gonna do the Dirty Diesel Customs one. Obviously, I'm gonna make videos when I do either of them, but this, guys, is just like, this is what happens when you work with good companies right here, right? Like, you get, look at this, man. This is a lost art. You get instructions, right? Page by page instructions, details and stuff. Look at this plate, man. This thing is beautiful, and it is billet, but we went ahead and got it powdered illusion cherry. Get that in the light for y'all. This thing is gonna look super nice in the engine bay with the rest of the stuff. 100% machine billet, bro. I mean, and then we got the billet, what looks like the billet oil cover cap. It says dirty on it. This thing is slick as fuck. And then we got the, I don't know if it's illusion cherry, but I think it's anodized. But it freaking matches it though. Like, it looks really good. Custom Dirty Diesels catch can setup, and then all the stuff is in there. I mean, instructions for the catch can mount, for the plate, right? This is what happens when you work with good companies. So check them out. Obviously, I do have a promo code with them, a promo link in my description of every video. So if you hit them up, if you go on their website, use my link, click my link, it'll take you to their website, and you'll automatically get a discount applied at checkout. And it's unique. It's only my link, right? So please check them out, you guys. You can get this kit from them, and you can save by using my link. And you can also get tuning from them as well, CCS tuning, which is what I run on my truck at a discount price. I get hit up all the time, you guys, about tuning and exhaust setup. So question is, can I get you tuning? 1000% yes. If you got Duramax, Power Stroke, or Cummins, I can get you tuning. Can I get you an exhaust system? 1000% yes. If you need a 5-inch or 4-inch, if you need a muffler, if you need a tip, if you need an EGR kit, I can get that for you, right? I have all the links down below, guys, with discount codes. Like, that's the thing. Like, a lot of people, they don't offer that. You can't get that from everybody, right? But I can get that for you. You know what I'm saying? For the exhaust system and the EGR stuff, SPE Lab, links down below. Use my code, you'll get 20% off ED25, I think. And then for Dirty Diesel Custom, it's super simple. You just click the link and then start shopping, and you automatically get a discount when you go to checkout. So check them out. Check out the links below. Definitely it's going to save you some money while you can still get some good quality parts and stuff like that. So you guys, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up. Hopefully I didn't leave anything unanswered. I feel like I have some parts. Well, I know I have parts in here that need to get installed. I'm looking at a box right now from Boost Auto. Boost Auto sent out, right when the motor blew up in the truck, Boost Auto sent out their new cap lights for the 4th gens and the 5th gens they sent out. I still gotta do that. I still have a track bar from Core 4x4. Like, I have a lot of stuff. So long story short, you guys, once we get over this jump of getting the truck running, get the engine in it, right? Once we get over that hump, we're gonna have a lot of content coming to the channel, y'all, because I have so much. I'm backlogged like bad. Like, I have so much stuff in here. I got spare parts. Like, once the truck's back running again, I'm probably gonna start selling a lot of small spare parts I have in here, because I have a lot of stuff in here that I think someone can make use of. We just go from there. So until next time, y'all, take care, be safe. Oh, damn thing. Take care, be safe, all that good stuff. I will see y'all soon. Drop a comment. I want to hear what y'all got to say. Make sure you drop a like before you dip out on this video. I'll see y'all later.